Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I am here live for a very somewhat brief, but not completely brief, live review of last week's episode of AEW Dynamite from the June 8th, 2022 edition that took place in Independence, Missouri. We're going to just briefly talk about the show, and we're also going to talk about another topic that happened with a current AEW superstar that, oh gosh, it just keeps happening. Jeff, why? But I want to talk about Dynamite real quick. Again, I'm tired. I've been working on trying to get caught up, and I'm almost caught up. I have two more topic videos, well, besides tomorrow's episode of Dynamite, of course, two more topic videos to do. One baseball, one wrestling, and then tomorrow's episode of Dynamite. And then my Seinfeld reviews and my Harry Potter Let's Plays that I need to catch up on as well. But I'm almost done getting caught up, guys. So I'm not going to talk too much about this episode of Dynamite because, quite frankly, I'll be honest, this was probably one of the more weaker episodes of Dynamite I've seen. Not too much really happened other than the appearance of Will Ospreay. Hangman Adam Page is calling out Kazuchika Okada. And then, of course, there was the Battle Royale for the winner would face Jon Moxley in the main event for the number one contendership, who would face the winner from the G1 Summit, I believe it was, for New Japan for the interim AEW World Title, since CM Punk is currently out with an injury. And I feel like, I mean, the winner, of course, is the match on this show is going to be taken on Hiroshi Tanahashi, or whatever the heck his name was, at AEW Forbidden Door. And quite frankly, I was a little disappointed with that Battle Royale. I think that's the biggest reason why this episode of Dynamite was like a little bit lower to me, because I felt it made it way too obvious that Jon Moxley was going to win. I mean, it was someone different they gave it to, but the person they gave it to right now is not someone, to me, who's super believable to be the one to be in the world title picture. Now, I could have seen it going another way. I'm wondering if the original idea was going to be Jon Moxley versus Adam Cole, which would be a hell of a match. But that match could happen because I guess Cole's dealing with an ankle injury right now. But we'll have to wait and see. So let's just talk about this quickly and then go into the other story I want to talk about. But the show opened up with the Battle Royale. Ended up being, it was a casino Battle Royale. Andrade El Idolo, who ended up being the Joker. There was also Austin Gunn, Bobby Fish, Colton Gunn, Daniel Garcia, Dante Martin, Darby Allin, Eddie Kingston, Jake Hager, John Silver, Keith Lee, Konosuke Takashita, Kyle O'Reilly, Lance Archer, Max Caster, Ray Phoenix, Ricky Starks, Swerve Strickland, Tony Nese, Wheeler Yuta, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Like I said, there was a lot of people in here, like some I could definitely see, but there was a lot of star power I felt that was missing from this Battle Royale, which also I think was what decreased my interest. I mean, there were some people in there that I would have liked to have seen win, like, you know, Andrade El Idolo. I definitely could see someone being one of them. I don't know, maybe Darby, maybe Eddie, Keith Lee, Lance Archer, maybe, I don't know, Ray Phoenix. So now, the one out of this list, honestly, based off of what happened in this Battle Royale, the one that I think they should have gone with was Swerve Strickland. Because he kind of, I think he turned heel in this match. Because Keith Lee came out, and Keith Lee eliminated 4 people. Looked great as always, of course. And then his tag team partner, Swerve Strickland, eliminated him, and he's been talking some trash on Keith on the internet ever since. So to me, to make it a little more unpredictable, I honestly would have gone with Swerve Strickland. had him win this. And, you know, yeah, he may not have beaten Moxley, but I feel like he was a little bit more, he could have more believably had a story to, you know, make us think that, you know, there's a chance he could beat Moxley. They ended up going with Kyle O'Reilly, who, again, has been getting a strange, random singles push there. And I like Kyle. You know, he definitely, you know, has singles potential for sure. Like I said, he got sometimes a single star in NXT. They didn't succeed with making him a main eventer, I feel. I just didn't feel that it was the right time yet to have O'Reilly being pushed as a single star. And then, of course, they had him lose to Jon Moxley in the main event as we expected. So I said it kind of, so Jon Moxley is going to be taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi, who won the tournament on New Japan's side in the main event of AEW Forbidden Door, AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door for the interim AEW World Title. And then you know, like I said, it was way too obvious Moxley was going to win that, which that definitely kind of hurt the show a little bit to me. But I would have gone with Swerve, honestly. An interesting announcement that was made is that the AEW is bringing in another singles title. It's the All Atlantic Championship, and it's more of like an international tournament. It's more so the focus on international stars, which I like. It's kind of like, it's another excuse to, you know, have like a second, you know, singles title, which honestly, at first I wasn't okay with it. But then when I read the concept behind it, I'm thinking, you know what? Fine. Like, you know, TNT titles more so like, you know, their television championship. The All Atlantic Championship is like their intercontinental title. Like, it's focusing on the international stars. And the tournament has Buddy Matthews and Pac, who had a really good match on this episode of Dynamite. Pac won that. So Pac's going to take on the winner of either Ethan Page and Miro. And then on the other side, we have Penta Oscuro taking on Malachi Black. And then they're going to take, and the winner of that match takes on the winner of a match from New Japan. I'm pretty sure the finals are going to be at Forbidden Door. It'd be strange though, because here's my thing. I think the two people I think should win this is either Miro or Malachi Black. But I'm leaning more towards Miro because I don't, with them probably having this taking place at the pay-per-view the championship is taking place at the pay-per-view, I don't see them not having the New Japan wrestler not be in it. Who that would be, I'm not sure yet. So I feel like it's going to be Miro. But I still think that if anyone I think should win this first, should definitely be Malachi Black. The concept, though, I'm fine with. So we'll see where that goes with that. And like I said, with the first match we had for the tournament was Pac being Buddy Matthews in a very good match. Eddie Kingston has a promo where he says Jake Hager cost him a chance to be world champion in the Battle Royale earlier, and he calls out the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society and says he wants Jake on Rampage. He doesn't care when, he'll fight him. And now you can tell the truck he's done because it's time for a break. Trent Beretta also comes out and admits he's bummed out about the results about that day being National Best Friends Day, but his friends are here. And also about how they missed out on winning the ROH tag titles because of New Japan and whatever Will Ospreay's stable name is. But basically, FTR came out and said they agree, they're willing to do another shot. But then Will Ospreay comes out, and then we have the United Empire, whatever it's called. They attacked and beat them up. So again, you're still probably doing that match with FTR and whatever the New Japan team calls. I mean, I'm looking forward to Forbidden Door something, but it's also hard for me to really predict winners for this because I don't really know these New Japan talents. But I mean, I know who Will Ospreay is, but he's coming in, and I don't know who's going to wrestle. But good to see him. We had the interview with Kyle O'Reilly backstage at Ring Award. O'Reilly about Moxley. Then Hangman defeated David Finlay in a match, and then afterwards he calls out Kazuchika Okada, which I think will be a good match. Adam Cole also discusses on commentary Okada might not be champion, and it might be his very good friend Jay White, who I believe did win the championship. And he also thinks he deserves a shot at the IWGP World title. Of course, he might not want to now since his good friend Jay White is. But he also tells Paige to stay out of his way. Now, we have an interview with Thunder Rosa and Marina Shafir setting up a match, which interests me because recently Thunder Rosa apparently expressed that she wasn't happy with her TV time with her being champion, which I do agree. She should definitely have been used more. But they hyped up a match. They had a match. It was solid. So I'm not sure if that's the trend for them to start, having Thunder Rosa get some more matches on TV, which, it just shows that Tony Khan actually did listen to his feedback and, he took like a man and, moved forward with it. We also have Wardlow calling out Scorpio Sky, saying he wants a shot at a TNT title. He didn't participate in the Battle Royale because he doesn't want to face, a fill-in champion. He wants to face the actual champion, Punk. So he wants to wait till Punk gets back before he tries to take a shot for the world title. So now he wants to focus on Scorpio Sky and the TNT title. Of course, Smart Mark Sterling comes out and tells Wardlow about his class action lawsuit on behalf of security, and he's given two options: face him in the court of law or wrestle 20 security guards in an elimination match next week. I think that's what he's ended up doing in the end. And then I'll talk about, I think is that it? Besides that Jake Cargill promo, let's talk about the big elephant in the room, though, with AEW right now. Let's talk about this. So, Jeff Hardy, who we all know has his history of addiction and substance abuse. He, unfortunately, which a lot of people... And here's what I'm going to say also. I'm still very wondering what really happened with his release from WWE. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody at all either, because I did not want this to be it. But I recently listened to the interview on Talk is Jericho, and Jericho interviewed both Matt and Jeff. And when they got to telling the story about Jeff leaving, Matt kind of seemed to... Again, here's why, I don't want to be skeptical, but I'm still a little bit skeptical. When Jeff first started telling the story, it felt like Matt, spoke over him as, he was trying to say something to try cover something up. Like the story, what they told us was that Jeff was just not feeling well. He was feeling sick. He had didn't sleep well the night before he had walked out during that match and everything. And they said he just wasn't prepared to fight because he had a long night before and whatnot. But the way and he just thought he'd be okay to tag out and just walk out of the match, which I'm like, why do you think that'd be okay? So the way Matt kind of interrupted Jeff and basically spoke for him, it kind of left me a little bit skeptical still about his release. But anyways, a couple nights ago, Jeff Hardy was arrested in Volusia County, Florida. He had been charged with driving while license canceled, suspended, revoked, violated of restrictions placed on driver's license, and DUI alcohol drug charges. It's his third offense within the past 10 years. The DUI is a third-degree felony, while the canceled, suspended, revoked license charges are second-degree misdemeanors. He's currently behind bars at the James Foxman Justice Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. He's scheduled to appear in front of a judge for his first hearing tomorrow. Well, this is actually yesterday. And then today, let me see if I can find it. Tony Khan released a statement that I saw that was shared on Twitter. Let me see here. Let me see here. So the official statement that Tony Khan released was, "We were able to resume contact with Jeff Hardy this afternoon. AEW does not condone Jeff's alleged behavior. We've made it clear to Jeff that we'll assist him in getting treatment for substance abuse issues, which he's indicated he's open to receiving. In the interim, he is suspended without pay, and he can only return to AEW upon successful completing treatment and maintaining his sobriety." And of course, information if you or a loved one needs help, and get contact info there. So I also remember hearing, the reason why Jeff decided not to go to rehab when he was with WWE before he got released was because he said he was fine and he didn't need it. They didn't wait till the tests came back to show that he was clean. And that's why he left, because he wasn't going to do, they had no proof, and they basically went about it, the wrong way to try to get him to rehab again. But like I said, I still feel skeptical about it. But either way, Jeff. A lot of people were saying, too, when he got released, that they felt with him being around Matt, was going to be able to help him, behave. Sadly, it didn't. I want to love Jeff Hardy. I mean, again, he's someone, from the past that I've gotten to see wrestle, that I've been fortunate to do so. And, excellent wrestler, love his work, huge fan. But I'm sorry, how many more times, and I don't want to become offensive or anything here. Like I said, he's a good man. He has his problems, that he's going to get help. I respect the fact he is going to go back to get help. But there also comes a point with, he's in his mid-40s? How many more times is he going to go through these relapses before we can just rely on him to still be a top star? They had this promo on Dynamite last week where they were setting up a triple threat ladder match for the tag titles, and it was going to be Jurassic Express, the Young Bucks, and the Hardy Boys, which would have been a hell of a match. But I don't know. I say it's just, I want to love Jeff, and I want to still believe him. But the problem is, like I said, he keeps going back. And I always say this about people who deal with substance abuse, depression, all that stuff. I don't feel that I can fully put myself into someone's shoes when it comes to, those problems. Because I don't fully know what their situation is, what led them to it, but, man, it's every time, and then the thing, too, is, another thing I'm glad about, well, so far, AEW's not done. When he was in WWE, they went back to telling that story multiple times, where they used Jeff's past, addiction issues as a storyline. It was fine in 2009 when he worked with CM Punk. But then when they did it again in 2020 during the pandemic era in empty arenas, when he feuded with Sheamus, to me, I'm like, how many times can you do this storyline, but you can't have full sympathy for Jeff because he keeps going back to it? The whole idea of him overcoming the addictions, it's not true. But you don't want to look at him like that. But then again, it's dang, Jeff, apparently his BAC also was what was it my friend told me again? Let me look this up. He told me 0.294, and the legal limit is 0.08. That is just crazy high. Crazy high for sure right there. So I'm glad he is accepting to go get help. I don't know how long he'll be in rehab. Jon Moxley was gone for 2-3 months when he checked himself into alcohol rehab, which, was a great move by him. I just hope it works this time for Jeff. Like I said, the guy does not deserve to keep getting in trouble, but like I said, there comes to a point where it's saying, he's got to own up to it at some point. And also, it's not, there's nothing to be held against Tony, nothing to be held against Matt, even though, I'm still a little skeptical about how he was he kind of spoke for Jeff during that Talk is Jericho interview. But the guy's getting help. I just hope when he comes back that, it'll be the last time he goes to rehab. But that's just my brief thoughts on that and Dynamite. Like I said, it was a mad show. Like I said, the booking of that Battle Royale was just weird. I gave this episode a C+. A C+ for Dynamite. I'm going to check out here because I'm getting tired, guys. But I will hopefully have a more stronger review for Dynamite from this coming week. Again, like I said, with other content I'm catching up on, I have one more baseball video I want to do, one more wrestling video at this moment that I want to do, besides my next Dynamite Live review, and then just get caught up on Seinfeld reviews and Harry Potter as well, try to get back on track with that. So, that's that. What are you guys' thoughts on this week's episode of Dynamite? Leave thoughts down in the comment section below. What was your thoughts on the Jeff Hardy arrest as well? Slap a like on the video, guys. Subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, DemandBrownie3. I'm out, guys. I'm tired. I'll see y'all later. Peace out, everybody.